Hi, my name is Justin Lee, creator of the hashtag Live for Change Challenge, and I'm here to tell you about my personal testimony. Everything starts with a childhood upbringing. This was mine. Middle child out of 3, oldest one being a boy, and then there's me, and then there's my younger sister. Being that middle child, you gotta work to get some attention, you know what I'm saying? On top of that, I had 7 male cousins, and I was the youngest one out of all of them. So, as you can imagine, I was the guinea pig. I was tossed around and used by my cousins so that they could practice the wrestling moves on me. We were all into WWF back in the day, and I was always the one getting suplexed. The Rock was my favorite. You smell what the Rock is cooking.
He's through singing and getting ready for the fight. Later here tonight live, Rock and Austin, Undertaker and Jericho.
People's elbow, baby. Anyway, the point is that my premature stature did not allow me to practice on my cousins. They only practiced on me. I was too little, too weak, and I couldn't do anything about it. So I needed to change. So I convinced my dad to get me a Bowflex. I saw it on the ad and I was like, I want that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. So I got this Bowflex and it came with all these different exercises and pictures. And I was browsing through them and I was like, chest press, lat pull down. What the heck are all these exercises? I'm just here trying to get some biceps. The ladies love a little extra biceps. Eventually, I finally made it to high school and I wanted to follow the footsteps of The Rock. So I joined the wrestling team. This is where I met my first pivotal person in my life, Kenny Hetman. Coach Hetman was the wrestling coach at the time. He was Asian and he had a massive chest. So then I realized, I'm Asian, and I want a massive chest, you know what I mean? So it was only logical for me to go up to him, ask him who he was, and accept him as my mentor. I asked him one simple question. How can I do what you do? He taught me all the fundamental exercises that targeted those specific muscle groups. I learned how to go to the gym by myself. If I wanted to work out legs, I knew I had to squat. If I knew I wanted to work out my chest, I knew I had to bench press. I was hooked. The gains were awesome, but the growth of knowledge was even better. After my time with Coach Hetman, I left for college. I went through a lot during this next stage in my life. I dropped out of college, I got a job as an EMT, I got a job as a wildland firefighter, but I realized that the one thing that stayed consistent in my life was exercise. At that point, I realized maybe I should start pursuing something that I'm really passionate about and see if I have a purpose in any of this. The one thing that I love about exercise is that you can visually see the change of all the hard work you put in. There's just something different about seeing the change in your body through all the sweat and sacrifices you had to make. The cool thing about the body is that if you want something to change, it can happen. So for example, if you want your biceps to grow, if you focus all your time and work out efficiently, that bicep will change and it'll grow. The secret to change is patience and consistency. This is the time of my life when I realized I wanted to get into fitness and help others through exercise. As my professor Eric Sorensen once said, the nation is waking up to the fact that exercise is one of the best preventative medicines. It is much cheaper than surgery, temporary diet plans, and the best part is, you feel great after you're done. Speaking of Eric Sorensen, he is the second most pivotal person in my life. He was one of my professors at Azusa Pacific University, and I took my first kinesiology class with him. Every single day, I woke up eager to go to Dr. Sorensen's class. I remember I was the one that was sitting at the very front of the class right in front of him. I was one of those guys. Nerd! Nerd or not, I just remembered going to his class and being fired up.
I wanna be the very best.
I always went to class with that mentality of, how can I do what you do? I got to where I am now, not because my mind was fixed, but because I practiced having a growth mindset. Dr. Sorensen pushed me to understand deeper and to expand my knowledge wider. After taking his kinesiology course, I was never the same. He has opened my eyes, I know that they're little, to analyze movement and to critically think about human mechanics. So now I'm here, pursuing my doctorate of physical therapy. I chose this route because I wanted to be the most efficient and effective healthcare professional there is. The primary end goal is not about elevating my own status, but it's about serving others and getting them to their greatest potential of their own personal change. With my doctorate, if I only had 30 minutes with somebody, I would be able to serve them at a much higher degree than if I only had my bachelor's or a certification or a mixture of both. So, what's the ultimate end goal? It's to serve the population and to care for them deeply. This is why I started the hashtag Lift for Change challenge. If you want to learn more about the challenge, watch the next video. Ultimately, everyone has one common goal. They want to see change from where they are to where they envision themselves in the future. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you, to educate you, and give you the tools to equip you to be successful. My name is Justin Lee, and it's time to live for change. Live for change. Live for change. Can you change what the change is changing? Can you lift for what the change is changing? Let's live for change. Live for change. Live for change. Lift for change. Lift for change. Oh man.